2017 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Jayson Tatum.
It's a dream come true for any franchise in the NBA. You draft the face of your franchise in the lottery, and he becomes everything you were hoping he'd become.
That throws it down! Wow!
With Jayson, I just love everything about the kid. The way he plays the game, his demeanor, where he come from. I know his parents, and I just know he's just built for stardom. He's built for success.
It's 2023, and Jayson Tatum has not only proven himself as the best player to come out of that stacked 2017 NBA draft class, he's firmly in the discussion of one of the top 5 best players in the NBA. This past season, Tatum hit another dimension with career highs in points, rebounds, assists, offensive rating, win shares per 48, offensive box plus minus, true shooting percentage, and PER, all while finishing his 6th NBA season in the thick of the MVP race and leading his Boston Celtics to one of the best records in the NBA. He's legit, and that is not an exaggeration.
If I'm Jayson Tatum, I'm looking at ways to improve my game. I'm really good at posting up. I'm really good in isolation. I'm really good at creating opportunities.
Why did you decide to wear the Kobe Bryant armband tonight?
Game 7. Everybody know how much he means to me. My idol and my favorite player.
It wasn't that long ago, Tatum was a kid watching his idol Kobe Bryant play on TV. Here's the big thing about JT as a hooper. He modeled his game and style of play after the late great Black Mamba. Jayson Tatum has credited Kobe Bryant on numerous occasions as the reason I started to play this game, the reason I fell in love with this game, and has said that Kobe, quote, inspired me. So what better way to follow in the footsteps of your hero than to go out and seek his mentoring? After his rookie year in the NBA, Tatum got the opportunity he dreamed his entire life about. It was him and Kobe in a gym talking hoops and practicing the fundamentals of their game, but it happened in a way that Tatum could have never expected. After Tatum was coming off a successful rookie season and a loss in the Eastern Conference Final to LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers, Kobe sought out the young JT, went through his agent to get in touch, and one day, that dream became an insane reality. Tatum looked at his phone and saw a text message from Kobe Bryant saying, "Young fella, happy for your success. Stay focused, keep going. If you're in LA this summer and you want to work out, just let me know." JT couldn't believe what was happening. Tatum was starstruck when he got the chance to work with Kobe. It's a moment he'll cherish forever. Besides my son being born, that's like the best day of my life, just to be in that gym with him and work out with him and learn some tips. I'll never forget that day, how I felt going into the workout, how I felt afterward. I just felt like that was the coolest thing ever for me. I'll never forget that.
I remember down 3-2 when we went to Milwaukee and going into Game 6. I remember I watched the highlights of LeBron when he, in 2012, was down 3-2 and he played against Boston. That was like one of the best games I've ever seen.
Then came one of the riveting moments in Jayson Tatum's career. Although it happened some years later, but still, it was one of the defining moments of Jayson Tatum's career that helped him reach another breakthrough shortly thereafter. Tatum's always taken from the legends he grew up watching. In this series against the Milwaukee Bucks, Tatum's Celtics were in a 3-2 deficit with their season officially on the line in a win-or-go-home Game 6. But for as gifted as Tatum is, and has been since stepping foot in the NBA, we've wondered when he'd finally get an opportunity to watch him perform with the lights being the brightest they've been. Critics asked, and for good reason, can Jayson Tatum be a lights-out performer on the biggest stage? When would he finally put the Celtics on his back and become the unstoppable star everyone knows he's capable of being? Folks, we've got an answer on that Friday night with the entire world anticipating a Bucks win. With the Celtics down 3-2 against the Bucks and entering the game as 1.5-point underdogs in raucous Milwaukee, Tatum went off for a 46-point masterpiece to go along with 9 rebounds and 4 assists in what went down as one of the most legendary performances in Boston Celtics franchise history. With the huge expectations of wearing a Boston uniform, Tatum Tatum now entered that class of legends and had the third most points in an elimination game in franchise history. That is, until he turned right back around this past postseason and turned in one of the best performances of the ages in Game 7 against the Philadelphia 76ers.
That's the number one thing I see though. Jayson Tatum's effort on defense is noticeable, like you see it. Like it's not like discounted. Or you say, oh yeah, he made a good play, it was at the end of the game, blah. No, he's making defensive play after defensive play, and yeah, man, they on steam mode. They on steamroll mode.
A 51-point masterpiece. Jayson Tatum has no doubt earned his status as one of the very best players in the world. But along those same lines, and it's another point I think is worth mentioning, that I feel that many aren't acknowledging when it comes to Tatum, he's easy to criticize when he has a bad game here and there. And he especially caught some big criticism after losing the 2022 NBA Finals in 6 games to Steph and company. He might have not played his best series and showed that he still had room for improvement, but what isn't being noticed enough is that Jayson Tatum is carrying championship expectations as a 25-year-old with a team that has a 34-year-old rookie head coach calling the shots. Now, that's, well, a lot of pressure. And to Tatum's credit, and no, he hasn't been flawless by any means, all he's done is get Boston virtually to the exact same spot they were in this time last year. If Tatum deserves major props for something, it's this. Make no mistake about it. Tatum averaged 28, 11, and 6 throughout his postseason and tied LeBron James with 7 games of at least 30, 10, 5, the most in NBA history. And JT also had 5 25-point first halves in the playoffs. Only LeBron in 2018 has more in a single playoff over the last 25 seasons. All in all, you can't look at what he's done in the last 6 years of the NBA and not say that he hasn't exceeded expectations. A quiet kid out of Duke that wasn't even expected to be the best player in his draft class. He's averaging 23 points and 7 rebounds on 38% from three-point range so far in his NBA career. And that includes 4 NBA All-Star selections and being voted to 3 All-NBA teams. Quite the resume for a 25-year-old, ain't it? But when you're in Boston, they only hang banners for championships up there. And for Tatum and the rest of these super talented Boston Celtics to get the respect they want and the respect Boston fans think they deserve, it's going to come only after Jayson Tatum leads this franchise to banner number 18 and the Celtics' first title since Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen led him to the title in 2008. It's been 15 long years. In 2022, they came up just this short. In 2023, they were a game away from reaching the finals again, but that's okay. They have the opportunity to rewrite the entire narrative and put Boston back on top of the NBA world as long as they have JT and all his gifts. We haven't even seen this man scratch the surface of his greatness yet, and that's a scary thing for the rest of the NBA.